Oh my God, I'm so glad I was not pregnant with AI. If you are pregnant and you are ChatGPTing, please ask ChatGPT how to prompt it so that you are getting only research-backed information and not too much of it. Tell it to, don't overwhelm me. Don't inundate me with every possible thing. Give me the key information and let me know when there's something I need to do to escalate it to my doctor or my doula or support system. Because if you are sitting there using ChatGPT or whatever, an AI companion for your pregnancy, be aware.
Well, they are also.
There are ways to do it. There's ways not to do it.
It has learned the history of human knowledge. And a lot of that human knowledge is A, defunct, or B, outdated, or maybe a little overconfident, right? And so,
or a hallucination because it's not all accurate.
The way that ChatGPT functions is it wants to give you the answer. And so it has been proven and research backed that if it doesn't know the answer, it will lie to you.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that you're getting accurate information. And so accurate and not overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is it wants to not only give you the information, but it wants to be very thorough. And so it will give you, not only will it give you too much information, many of the time, it will also then prompt you to be like, want me to do this now? Want me to do this now? It will take you down a rabbit hole that's the last thing you need. And
I didn't need a next step. I just needed a quick yes or no answer. And
the next step should be, why don't you talk to your doctor? Or why don't you talk to your doula? Or why don't you talk to a human, please?
Yes.
And it's not going to do that.
No.
So be careful with that. I'll just say that. It's still very, very, it might be very good at some things. It is not good at that.
Right. I think that AI has a place. I use it as a tool, full disclosure.
Me too.
I am very happy with the functionality that it provides, but it's not taking the place of human interaction anytime soon.
Right.
Because also it will back you up. So if it thinks that if it perceives bias on your part, it will be like, yes, you are absolutely right. And sometimes you're not, just for the record.
Right. It's a good tool, and the best tools, especially really powerful ones, are best used when you are very clear on what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it. And you're very grounded and centered and non-reactive and emotional. Mm-hmm. That tends not to be when a lot of people will turn to AI. We use AI as a tool when we are panicking or when we're really anxious. And when we're using that tool, that very powerful tool in our own heightened emotional state, it's not it's like operating heavy machinery while panicking. No.
When you feel like you can't, if I can call a person, I'm going to call a person. But if it's 2 a.m. and I don't have a person to talk to, then it's easy to go to ChatGPT, but then you don't have someone else you're bouncing that off of. So
even something before you start prompting it, I need this to be a very simple, straightforward conversation. And if at any point you feel like it needs to get escalated to my OB or my midwife or my doula, please identify that point and stop. You can tell it to do things like that.
Yeah, for sure.